hello. Bonjour, bonsoir, good evening, good morning. Karibu, 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 everybody. Je suis tellement dans la joie. Coach Jeanine et Coach Tisha, aujourd'hui, nous sommes là en train de célébrer le 4e jour de Kwanzaa. So, bienvenue, welcome, karibu. Hello, Coach Tisha.
Hello, how are you doing, Coach Jeanine?
I'm doing good.
Oh, thank you for starting us off here on Pep Talk Live with Tisha Hammond. This is our Kwanzaa edition, y'all. Coach, we are at day 4, celebrating the 4th principle of Kwanzaa, and
Yeah,
today is Wednesday, December 29th, 2021. Y'all, we have to go to the beginning.
that's right.
If we celebrate Kwanzaa, you have to start at the beginning. And so, Coach, I'll run the banner across the screen. Will you just remind the people of the principles that we have discussed so far?
Well, okay, so definitely we just gonna remind you guys, and I know many of you guys did participate, which we love that. We love to see your comment, to really see that you are really following along, starting with first principle umoja, and then secondly, does anybody remember that? I hope you were taking notes of these days. And then the second day we talked about ujuliwa. That was really something that we talked about very in length. And the third day was yesterday. We also talked about Ujamaa, which making sure that everybody understands responsibility. We share a lot of stories about how we continue to come together and be responsible to bring everybody up. And that was really our takeaway message yesterday. And today, the 4th day, we are going to talk about making sure that we understand it's our collective responsibility, collective economics. That's very important to us, Ujamaa. Definitely. Merci beaucoup encore de se connecter aujourd'hui. Nous sommes entrés sur le 4e jour aujourd'hui avec Coach Tisha et moi aussi. Nous sommes en train de parler de Kwanzaa et célébrer Kwanzaa parce que c'est tellement important pour nous. So, j'espère que vous étiez en train de prendre note, vous êtes en train d'écrire pendant ces 4 jours. Nous sommes vraiment dans la joie. Merci beaucoup. Karibu, bienvenue.
Awesome. We are here just enjoying the conversation that's happening in the Global Pep Squad, and as well as your global business building community that we're sharing this week. And thank you all for joining us here live. Hello, Ms. Givens. Good to see you here.
Hello,
Mary Wells,
everybody.
always nice to have you in the building. And we see you over there, Elizabeth, in Liz's corner as well. We got Rolanda, who is commenting in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we have Dr. Dr. Francis, who is joining us today as well.
Hey,
Dr. Tammy Francis, where are you tuning in from? We would love to know so that we can make sure all of our locations are represented from around the world. Coach Jeanine.
Yes.
We're here talking about my absolute favorite principle of Kwanzaa.
Yes.
I have favorites. Maybe I shouldn't play favorites here, but I have a favorite, and it is this one.
That's my favorite too. My first and my last one was my favorite. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everything I love. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I read you loud and clear on that one. How do we pronounce this beautiful word that we're celebrating today?
Ujamaa.
Ujamaa. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Where we work collectively to build our economy, where we are spending money with one another, building and maintaining our own storefronts and marketplaces and shops and other types of businesses. You and I have marketplaces, but they may not be in retail locations, right?
Right, that's right. Yeah. And this is what we actually kind of touched a little bit also yesterday. And I was sharing where I purchased my items and different products to celebrate Kwanzaa. I was sharing that I have this particular vendors from Boston and that's really my way of supporting one another. And I know you too, Coach Tisha, you have many, many vendors that you support. So that's really it's very with pride that we really here to celebrate everybody. And this is what we do also in our global empowering you global Facebook. We do supporting one another, and Anybody who knows me, they know that every single time I'm always promoting and pushing everybody else to come together and talk about the product, the services in my corner, because I see if they win, I win. That's really the way I see. And today, that's what we talk about Ujamaa today.
I love it. I want to welcome Jeffrey Edwards. He's the
Hey,
host of Middle Ground with JLE. And
yeah,
thank you for accepting the invitation to join us today, Jeff. Glad that you could make it. Um, Dr. Tammy says she is from Texas. Oh, Coach Jeanine is from Texas.
yes, yeah, she's my girl. Yeah, Dr. Tammy.
Awesome. Yes, Mary Wells is also thanking those who are watching from around the globe for the first time. We're at day 4, and we will have first time guests, and you are welcome in this place.
Absolutely.
Look at this. We are talking about sharing work, sharing wealth, and sharing the good that we create
Mm-hmm.
in the world.
Yes. And,
Yes.
and that's something very important. And I know Coach Tisha, she does this more often. And my step, that's the way to supporting one another. That's the only way that we know, supporting one another. When we were actually preparing for this preparation for Kwanzaa, we've been planning this for a couple of months now, but it was very crucial for us to come together and really celebrate together one another. So that was another example. And I've seen, the work that Coach Tisha is doing, and many of you guys, it's all about celebrating one another, supporting one another. And I really, really like that. And we're going to continue to do it. Yeah.
We are. We have Elizabeth Ndungu who is in Virginia, and she says we are bringing her back to her Kenyan roots, and she's loving
Woo!
it.
Yes. Awesome.
Yes. Fun fact: I have a daughter named Kenya.
Ooh, awesome. Kenya. Yes.
Awesome. And we're watching the love go back and forth across our communities, and so
Mhm.
thankful that you are engaging in the comments. Please continue to do that. You are watching from either my LinkedIn page, Tisha Hammond,
Mhm.
or you are watching from Coach Janine's YouTube channel, Empowering
Mhm.
You TV. Please be sure to subscribe there if you are enjoying this show, and also subscribe to my channel if you're not already there. Tisha
Mhm.
Hammond, the Small Business Cheerleader Pep Talk. We'll put up your other social communities, Coach Jeanine, throughout this show because we want to ensure that people are connecting to you every day that we
Yeah.
broadcast. Okay.
I'm so honored. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. There are some things that I would love for us to talk about today, and I would really love to share more Swahili, to share
Mhm.
more
Yeah.
language, and
Yes.
to share the symbols that are represented in the celebrations that we have. So,
Mhm.
will you bring our global audience up to speed, and then I'll get started with some of the symbols?
Sure. Alors, aujourd'hui, nous sommes en train de parler de Ujamaa aujourd'hui, c'est que c'est une sens de responsabilité économiquement et nous sommes en train de parler, on va juste parler de quelques mots aujourd'hui dans des mots Swahili, nous voulons que vous puissiez vraiment comprendre. So, on va commencer par juste prononcer et aussi expliquer comment est-ce que nous aimons que vous puissiez participer aussi et surtout l'un des mots que j'aime beaucoup, c'est le gift, c'est Zawadi. Nous avons, c'est comme les cadeaux. Et nous avons Mazao. C'est comme, nous sommes en train de parler de ça. Nous sommes en train de parler de Nkeka. Ça, c'est évidemment le mat. Nous sommes en train de parler de Kinara. Ça, c'est quelque chose que j'aime beaucoup, beaucoup. Et puis, ce sont des bougies. Et puis, Muindi. Yeah, Muindi. Ça, c'est quelque chose qu'on mange. C'est-à-dire les maïs. Ce sont des significations, c'est des significations que nous sommes en train de célébrer dans Kwanzaa, et puis surtout, le plus important, c'est de retenir ce mot. Même si vous ne connaissez pas, vous pouvez toujours repartir dans ce que nous sommes en train de parler maintenant et même prendre le temps d'apprendre pour vous-même et aussi d'apprendre pour vos enfants. Parce que c'est tellement important de connaître tous ces rituels, toutes ces valeurs africaines que vous pouvez célébrer toutes les années avec nous ensemble. Nous sommes Kikombe cha Ujamaa, cha Umoja. On va aussi parler de Mshamani Saba, El Zawadi. Ah, j'aime beaucoup le Zawadi parce que c'est le plus important, le cadeau que tu peux donner à tout le monde, c'est le Zawadi. So, merci beaucoup de se connecter.
Yes, thank you. We're going to go uh, a little bit more into actually displaying the symbols that are used during our Kwanzaa celebrations. And then I'd really love for the audience
Mm-hmm.
to chime in and tell us more about what they are doing to support one another's businesses, especially now since we're in day 4. Our communities are bridged, and
Yes.
we are learning about one another in new ways, and hopefully making connections that we didn't have before. So make those, schedule those one-on-one meetings with
Mm-hmm.
people who are here for the first time commenting, and welcome them across the board to both of our communities. So we want to hear from you in the comments about what you're doing to work together to
Mm-hmm.
maintain and support one another's businesses. And I'm going to go ahead and start with uh, this symbol. Now,
Yes.
what is that beautiful thing we have there?
Yes, guys. And anybody remember before we say
Mm-hmm.
it?
So you could tell what it is, but what's the Swahili term,
Mm-hmm. Is
and what's
anybody
the
was
meaning?
reading with us?
Mm-hmm. So the this, of course, and
Yes.
let me just slow down a moment and see what's in the comments, because we might have an answer in the comments.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Guys, we can help you. Start with the M.
Mary Wells, thank you for encouraging people to subscribe. We appreciate you.
Thank you,
Um,
Mary.
Elizabeth knows what Zawadi is. Absolutely.
Yes.
Diane Givens is saying hello over there on Liz's Corner to Elizabeth there on YouTube. And thank you, Mary Wells, for being so welcoming. All right, y'all. So what we're holding up here are the crops. I mean, sorry, are
Mohindi.
the corn, muhindi,
Mohindi. Mohindi. Yes.
muhindi,
Mm-hmm.
and it's okay if we're not sure what the answers are. That's what we're here. We're here to
Yeah.
learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we have maize, which is corn. I opted to go shopping, coach, at a local farmers market
Mm-hmm.
to find large pieces of corn. And
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say what it represents. Okay. So when we started celebrating Kwanzaa, we just started with one ear of corn
Mm-hmm.
because we didn't have 5 available at the
Yeah.
time. But in
Mm-hmm.
the Hammond household, we have 5 children. And
Mm-hmm.
Mohindi, or the corn, is symbolic of our children and
Yes.
our future, which the children embody. Isn't that
Mm-hmm.
wonderful?
It's amazing. Amazing. Absolutely. Yes.
I love it. I love it. Mary
Yeah.
Wells, we appreciate the guests, and that's what we're here. We're here to learn. So we have
Absolutely.
that. We also have, I won't be picking up everything, but Coach Jeanine, we also have a mat. And
Mm.
in our home, we use 3 mats. One
Okay.
of the
Yes.
mats is more like a wooden basket,
Mm-hmm.
and um, it's
Mkeka.
called the makeka.
Yeah, mkeka. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mkeka. Mm-hmm.
And then another mat is, it sits on the bottom of it. I can't really show it too well. And then we have our fabric runner. Can you
Oh,
all
I
see that?
love that color. Yes.
So those are the mats, and the mats are symbolic of our tradition and history, and
Yes.
therefore they're symbolic of the foundation that we build on. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
You need a
Mm-hmm.
strong foundation in anything you do,
Very.
and certainly building community and celebrating family takes the strength of a foundation to do that. Now, yesterday we talked about this. Anybody remember what this is? Now,
Mm-hmm.
you it's used. So just imagine there are 3 green candles here, 1 black candle here, and 3 red candles here. And yeah, I do love the color of the runners. I hope that you all were able to see that. This
Yeah.
is the candle holder, or
Mm-hmm.
the Kanara. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Coach Jeanine, we're showing how to say this in Swahili. How do you say candle holder in French?
Bougie. Bougie.
All right, that's beautiful. And then
Yeah.
one of my favorite um, one of my favorite symbols is the unity cup. And that is, let's see if I can pronounce this correctly, Coach.
Mhm.
Kikambe cha umoja.
Yes, you did it. Yes, you did it. Kikombe cha umoja. Yes, you did. Mhm.
Yes, thank you, Lord. And
Awesome.
it's symbolic of the foundational principle and practice of unity, which
Mhm.
makes all else possible. That's why we go back and we reflect on the first principle every day in Kwanzaa, because without unity, we don't have anything. We have
Yes,
nothing.
we are nothing,
Right?
absolutely nothing. And I'm glad that we talked about this, but also I want to talk a little bit about mkeka, the mat.
Sure.
I do remember watching the movie and also, just hearing from my grandmother's story. She was telling me when they were doing the crops in the farm, they say that when they have, especially a woman who just gave birth, they used to use the mat just to be able to lay down the baby, and they kind of like, really cover the baby with a blanket, and the mom used to breastfeeding the baby, and then go back and do the crops when the baby sleeps. So they use mat for many, many things. And so I just remembered, I just wanted to share that story with our viewers. Yes.
Awesome, awesome. The seven candles. So we have the kanara, which is the candle holder, and then the seven candles are mushuma saba.
Mushuma, yeah, Mushuma Saba. Mm-hmm.
And then there there's something that a lot of the children get to enjoy. I haven't personally experienced receiving a gift during Kwanzaa,
Mm-hmm.
um, nor do I expect one. But I
Yeah.
do expect to give them to the youngest of our children. We talked earlier
Mm-hmm.
in the week how we can give books, cultural things, things that
Right.
express our heritage, and that is such a beautiful word to say in Swahili. Can you tell
Uh,
us what gifts is in Swahili?
yes. The gift in Swahili is Zawadi. I
Pretty.
love that name because my niece, her name is Zawadi. So we call her Zaza, but we always call Zawadi.
Oh, that's
Yes.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I mean,
beautiful.
Swahili is just beautiful. So beautiful, guys.
Spoken in and outside of Africa. You know,
Mm-hmm.
not
Yeah.
contained
And
to the continent of Africa.
yes, I was very surprised to do my research. And, like I said, couple years ago, I used to do some summer courses for the student. And I was doing a research. I didn't know in 12 countries in Africa, they speak Swahili.
Mm,
Very universal
mm,
language. 12 countries, they speak Swahili.
I love it. How many languages do you speak?
I only speak four, only.
I only speak four.
Yeah. I'm working on my fifth one, but I only speak four.
Okay, what are the first four?
um, Swahili, French, Lingala, and English is my fourth one when I came in this country.
Was it difficult to learn English after you know Swahili and French?
Yeah, it was.
Yes, it's a
Yes,
very
you're
difficult language.
absolutely. Yes, it is. But I really found that Swahili, I mean, French and English has some very similar word, but French and Spanish is very similar. So I really, because I have some friends from Hispanic background, I can listen to what they're saying because the word is just the pronunciation, but it's almost the same. So I was like, oh, maybe it's easier to learn, Spanish than English.
It
Hmm.
is.
Hmm.
It is. And
Yeah.
what's the fifth language that you want to learn?
Uh, Spanish.
You want to learn Spanish. Okay,
Oh
wonderful.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I bet there's someone here with that is watching that would
Mm-hmm.
be willing to practice with you and help you do that, because you can learn languages using tapes and video and
Yes.
audio.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing like it being immersed in it and speaking regularly
Right.
to another human.
I agree. I agree. That's why very soon, guys, in a couple months, we're gonna have some French and Swahili courses that you guys can be able to join. Swahili for business and French for business. So I can't wait to talk about that.
Look, I don't know what happened, but when you just said French for business, that caught my attention. Uh,
Yes.
because I've been learning French for fun, but
Yes. For
honestly,
business. Yeah.
when you said for
Absolutely.
business,
Yeah, because
I'm with
that really started when I presented in With You Solution, when we start really be able to bring many business owners to the presentation. They say, why didn't we just do this in French. I'm like, well, you need to learn the language first to understand what are we talking about. So that's what we're really planning in 2022. We're gonna add also some courses. Among those courses, we'll have French for business and Swahili for business. Because that's what we do. We're bringing people and the message global.
Yes, I wanted to put back up a comment here from Rolanda, who says that her oldest son, his name is he has a Swahili name.
Mutwali. Okay.
Do you
Nice.
recognize that?
No, I don't.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
So Rolanda, tell us the meaning of it, so we
Mhm.
can know both the Swahili name, the English meaning, and then maybe
Yeah.
Coach you can translate into French.
Right. That should be nice. I would
We'll
love to
see.
learn that. Hmm.
Look, we have a comment coming in from a fellow podcaster. He says he's down to learn and to add these things to his podcast.
Ooh, yes, Jeffrey. We will be connected.
Sweet. Well, okay, Rolanda, we understand completely now. Dad said it was Swahili, so it's Swahili, and that's what that means. Okay.
Yes, that's
More
good.
Maurice.
It's good enough.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh,
What we
yeah.
know is
Maurice is French. Maurice is
is
French.
it?
Oui, yes, yeah. Maurice is French.
I don't think
Hmm.
I knew that.
Yeah, Maurice is French. Yes.
The, the things you learn just talking to friends. Okay. So
Oh,
Google shows that it means minister. Oh my.
wow. That's powerful word, huh?
That's speaking life over someone. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Wow. That's
We
awesome.
we talked about the importance of names,
Yes, we
you know,
did.
earlier in the week.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and I kind of share that too. That I have my niece. Her name is Zawadi. My nephew is Imani. Imani means peace, and Bariki, it means blessing. My other
Mm,
nephew. So we name our my family. We have some Swahili names. Yes.
beautiful, beautiful. Do you have a goal for? I have here on the screen that you have a Facebook group and for named Empowering You TV. Do you have a goal before the end of the year that we can help you meet as a community? A number of people you would like to join that community. How can we help you?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like, guys, if you can be able to join and also refer and share, because it's really in our community empowering. It's really about sharing. That's why we show the caring. So, if everybody can be able to join us and we can be able to get to know one another and really learn from each other and work with each other, that's the goal and the vision beyond the Empowering You TV on Facebook, making sure that we are there to connect people, to uplift everybody, and everybody doing business with each other. That's my goal, and I would like really to see that more and more. And that's my vision, to help more people to gain visibility global. So if you guys can really be able to support this and join and really get involved, that would be awesome. And also, very soon we're gonna be talking about too, Umoja Mag, which our magazine coming up. So I'm very excited about that too. So support us, and we can support you. All of us, we're going up.
Yes, and that's part of what today's principle is about. How do
Yes.
we work together to improve our marketplaces, to
Mm-hmm.
improve our standing in the economy? One of the reasons, Coach Jeanine, why I started my business was because I wanted to help people influence their own personal economy, specifically for women and communities of color,
Yes,
because there's this wealth gap that's disturbing
that's right.
and it's unnecessary. We have to take some responsibility for shrinking it. We have
Yeah,
to take a lot of responsibility for closing that gap, right?
that's very amazing, because that was the very same reason that I started with you solution, because I had these two community. I had a lot of business owners, leaders in the US who wanted to connect with people in Africa. They did not know how to. I was the liaison. So that's how we started with you solution, was really bridging the gap. And that's the same thing. That's what I'm saying, Coach Tisha. We have so many in
We're
common, because
one.
that we really wanted to shorten the gap, because I
Yeah.
was finding that people couldn't really found a great good project to support in Africa, and these investors in US, they could not just be able to bridge the gap and to find some project that can be able to match and support. So I came in and I started really doing consulting services, and that's why we started with You Solution.
Wonderful. You know what? You have some new members in your Facebook group in the last couple minutes from this broadcast.
Awesome.
So
Thank
thank
you
you,
guys.
Global Pep Squad, for supporting.
Yes, thank you. Oh yes.
Ramon.
So Roland, the name of the magazine is Umoja Mag. Yeah, and it's gonna be published very soon in a couple weeks. So Umoja Mag, stay tuned. We're gonna send to Coach Tisha all the information. You guys will be able to join and support. Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. We also mentioned earlier in the week, Coach, that by the seventh day, the final day of our Kwanzaa
Yes.
celebration, we are going to be sharing information about a directory of
Mm-hmm.
businesses that we can do business within. And by all means, there's room to grow and
Yes.
to get into the directory. So how can we make sure that people can have their businesses represented in this directory?
Absolutely. So in the directory, and I'm glad that you reminded me that in that directory, we're gonna have a platform, a global platform, and that's what we'll talk about. That's another platform that we are putting behind the scene, guys. Very soon you will know that Umoja One Markets. That's going to be the platform where all of these vendors they'll be able to meet, to be able to connect. You're gonna be meeting with a lot of different people, and you'll be featured in 55 countries in Europe, in UK, the US and Canada. You're gonna be meeting all these people in Umoja One Markets. That's why really we're so excited to see that all these vendors they will get to know one another, do business together, buying from another. So just to give you an example, it will be almost like a African Amazon. That's how it's going to be, how huge it's going to be. Supporting one another like that. Yeah, so I'm very excited because to me, that's really what motivates me to be able to put people together so we can really buying from each other, supporting one another. So I can't wait to share with you guys about Umoja One Market. Yes, and having a list of each other and really networking, especially to be able to bridge that gap. Right? Because we're gonna have some vendors from Africa, vendors from UK, from France. That's why we need to brush up to your French and Swahili, guys.
And I'm glad that you mentioned that because that is where I was about to go, was to
Yes.
say we have taken time
Yes.
to spell out the Swahili
Mm-hmm.
um, words for
Yes.
your Kwanzaa celebration, at least the symbols. There's so much more to
Yeah.
share, but some of the
Mm-hmm.
things we're going to have to just share year after year.
Right.
This is an introduction to Kwanzaa and a refresher for some who may
Mm-hmm.
be trying to get back into the celebration of it. But here's what I was going to say, Coach.
Yes.
We have capacity to learn more if we stop putting junk in our brains and
Yes.
we leave space to learn
Mm-hmm.
enriching information. Then you have space to learn a new language.
Yes.
Take an opportunity to practice these words that are coming across the bottom of your screen. You can go to
Mm-hmm.
the official Kwanzaa website. You can Google Kwanzaa and find hundreds of thousands of hits to get information on. But let's leave excuses in
Yes.
2021. Leave them
Absolutely.
here,
Mm-hmm.
and we carry actions moving forward into 2022. Those actions being doing business together. And
Mm-hmm.
Rolanda is asking, when we share that information about the directory, um,
Yes.
will there also be like a LinkedIn showcase page for it so people
Mm.
can connect there as well?
That's absolutely yes. We will provide that absolutely so people can be able to connect. And many of the vendors and different, you will really find them in Empowering You TV. So yes, absolutely. Our Facebook group, you're gonna have all those ladies, and I would love definitely for you guys to jump in and come in, so I can be able to introduce everybody. And once we launch this, which is coming soon in January, we can be able to share with everybody and making sure that you guys are really communicating. And that will be my joy. I will be very glad to make sure that
Yeah.
definitely you guys have the right connection and do business together. It's all about that.
Absolutely. So we have been enjoying conversations in both English, French, Swahili. So
Mhm.
our French speaking listeners, let's bring them up to speed.
Absolument. Merci beaucoup de se connecter encore. Aujourd'hui, c'est Coach Tisha avec myself. On est en train de parler de toutes ces plateformes que nous allons emmener pour qu'on puisse travailler ensemble. C'est tellement, tellement important de prendre le temps de se connaître, de travailler ensemble parce que c'est ça, Umoja. Travailler ensemble et nous sommes là pour se soutenir, que ce soit dans le business, que ce soit partout dans toutes les plateforme que nous avons, c'est tellement important. C'est pour ça que Coach Tisha pour moi, on est vraiment en train de suggérer que si on peut venir ensemble et se connaître d'abord et puis supporter le business de l'autre, on aura comme à la fin de cette célébration, on aura comme une liste de directory. On va commencer à mettre chaque nom de chaque business. Et tu seras représenté dans 55 pays en Afrique, on sera représenté en Europe, à Londres, au Canada et puis aux États-Unis. Parce qu'on va aussi mettre le nom, que ce soit dans le magazine Umoja Mag, et on va aussi mettre de Umoja One Market. C'est vraiment important, enfin, que nous puissions continuer à célébrer Umoja. Ujamaa, c'est ça ce que nous sommes en train de parler aujourd'hui. Et surtout faire de sorte que tout le monde se retrouve. Parce que c'est ça le secret. Nous voulons que tout le monde puisse se retrouver ensemble, en train de travailler ensemble, en train de communiquer ensemble. Et aujourd'hui même, il y a même une suggestion qu'on puisse faire un groupe dans le LinkedIn, que tout le monde pourra se retrouver dans ce groupe-là pour make sure que tout le monde est en train de communiquer, en train d'acheter des produits et aussi se représenter dans le groupe parce que c'est tellement important pour nous. Donc, soyez connectés, restez connectés parce que nous allons donner beaucoup des idées et aussi beaucoup de suggestions par rapport à toutes les informations que nous vous avons promis à la fin de la célébration de Umoja.
You know, I think it would be much easier for me to learn French from one of your courses than for me to learn it from a podcast where I'm distracted
Yeah.
by everything that's happening around me.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to these language lessons that are coming up.
Yes, they are. Absolutely, Coach Tisha.
All right. Well, that's all I have today. Coach, you want to leave us with some final words about today's
Yeah.
celebration?
We want you guys to just go back to your notes. If you were taking notes or if you did not take notes, that's okay. You can go back to this replay, just replay and listen. We want to make sure if you did not start this tradition first, celebrating Kwanzaa, we want you to start your own tradition in your community, in your family, and in also, for generation to come. We want your children to also know this value. Share with them your takeaway notes so you can be able to get them engaged and going. And at the end, like we said, at the end of the day, this week, we're going to celebrate with you and give you some resources where you can continue to celebrate this with us every single year.
We have Robin saying bonjour to Jeffrey. This has just been absolutely incredible. I'm enjoying how the days build on one another. Thank you, Coach Jeanine Bunzigiye, for being here with us. Tomorrow, I will load up the new graphic that you've had created for this celebration as well, so we can make sure that we're sharing both because this is joint. This is a collaboration. Hello, y'all. We're doing exactly what we're talking about. This is a collaboration.
Right. That's why we sisters, Umoja sisters. Yes.
You got it. You got it. All right, Coach, we're going to play these drums and head on out of here. We'll try it again tomorrow, okay?
Okay, Kwaheri.
Wait, what did that mean? That was new.
Goodbye in Swahili, Kwaheri.
Kwaheri.
Yeah.
Kwaheri. I'm sorry. I was going to end the show, and then I got excited because I learned a new word. Never too late to stop learning. Don't stop learning. Always keep learning every day.
Every day, yes.
All right, y'all. Be blessed, be encouraged. I'm going to load up these drum beats, and we'll try it again real soon.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I do love this sound. It's the sound of Blackness, and it's beautiful. Let's do it. That's it. That's all we got, y'all. Be blessed, be encouraged.
Au revoir. Yes.